All right, guys, this is the time to get step in the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travis D.
And I'm Daly.
And I'm Adam Kage.
Yeah, why'd you say and when there is an and? Oh, Daly, it's been too long since you did a show. You're messing up.
What?
You shouldn't have said and Daly because you excluded Adam Kage.
I did not exclude anybody.
You 100% excluded because you said and Daly as if that was the end of it. But clearly, there's somebody else here with us. He was the end.
Well, I apologize, Mr. Kage.
No, it's okay. It's all good. I get
it.
No,
don't accept that apology.
Well, I'm used to doing that. There's usually two of us. The third one just kind of disappeared.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I guess the video of him being right there escaped your mind.
You blocking me right now?
Guys, we are back. This is the first episode of 2022. Adam Kage was so gracious to kind of co-host, guest host here with us today because we figured, hey, if the Power Hour could do it, why can't us?
Why can't us?
Yeah, right.
Why can't we? Why can't I and those amongst me? However you want to describe it. But we are here. 2022 is coming around. We're going to kind of do a kind of emergence of a show, if you will. We're going to talk about independent wrestling, especially with SCW, with their upcoming show. Talk a little bit about what happened at the previous show that's causing the lead up to the upcoming show. I want to talk a little bit about High Voltage, since Adam Kage is here, and I am the GM of it. As quoted by Terry Allen, president of SCW, the shittiest wrestling show in the world today. We're going to talk a lot about that, as well as we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble that's coming up this Saturday, which is kind of weird because I did not know it was on a Saturday. I'm not sure if that's a new thing that he is doing because if I remember correctly, day one was also on a Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they're trying something new. Which I mean, if they're doing it on Saturdays, I mean, cool. I mean, I don't have to wake up for work the next day.
That's
yeah,
true.
They're like strictly making WrestleMania 2 days now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the same in the foreseeable future.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't like that. Like, I don't like change.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, is it a lot easier for somebody to watch, 4 hours between, a day for 2 days or 8 hours in one day?
I love doing it all day.
Well, I mean, I guess realistically, if you wanted to, you could just take the Saturday show and not watch it until Sunday.
But then I would be not. Then I would know what happened because social media would ruin it.
So don't go on social media.
Whatever.
I mean, social media is a big thing.
It's a huge thing, but I mean, you could totally just avoid it for, 12 hours.
Mm.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive into all of that after I tell you that this episode of Just Freakin Wrestling is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's the one-stop shop for all your comic needs. For those of you out there who are a comic book collector, whether it be the raw comics, the graded comics, CarterComics.com is the best place for you to go to pick up any number of comics which are graded from 9.9s, 9.8s, 9.7s, or even the raw comics that you can flip through and read at your own leisure. Go to CarterComics.com, sign up for the Carter Comic Club. Again, I'm not quite sure if it's called the Carter Comic Club. I just like calling it Carter Comic Club because the Carter Comic Club sounds like a pretty good thing. So sign up for the Carter Comic Club, get your name in there, fill up your cart with all their amazing gifts, and then at checkout, use the promo code FreakNet, that's FREAKNET, or if you use the promo code Cartoon Joe, it'll save you 10% on your entire order because Carter Comics really cares about their customers. They're a family-owned business, and they are a proud sponsor of Just Freakin Wrestling, the JFW Podcast. And I know you're thinking, Travesty, I like buying my comics on eBay because I'm a huge fan of bidding. Well, go to CarterComic.com, scroll down on their main page, and there are 4 links to 4 different eBay stores that you can kind of check out their products, and you can make your bids because I know you weirdos out there like bidding rather than just buying it outright. Whatever, not judging, your choice. Yeah, that's it. Cool. That's one plug done. Daly, do ball wash.
No.
Daly, come on, do ball wash. For once in your life, just do ball wash once.
I will never.
Why not?
Better ball wash.
What's wrong with ball wash?
I don't like talking about it.
Why? Because it says the word ball in it?
Talking about washing balls?
Well, yeah, what's wrong with washing balls?
I mean, golfers do it.
Yeah, Daly, you got a boyfriend, right? I'm sure he likes to clean his scrotum just like anyone else. Would you prefer he didn't? I wonder how uncomfortable your dad is listening to this podcast at this very moment.
comment.
Right?
Oh my god.
Anyways,
You
ball
just
wash.
plug it.
Yeah, I'll plug it right now. If that'll make you feel better. Ah, jeez.
Ball wash.
Ball wash. Ballwash.com is a one-stop shop for all your ball washing needs. Everything from shampoos, conditioners to body washes. Whether it's in the liquid form or the bar of soaps, each one is amazing on its own, from head to toe, from hole to pole. When it comes to your sack, Ball Wash has got your back. And even beyond all the hygiene products that they have, they carry a plethora of other hygiene or cosmetic, I guess you could call them, products, such as Ball Guard, which is my personal favorite. For those of you in the hot summer days that are working outside and sweating nonstop and chafing becomes a real big deal for you, Ball Guard is the best product for you to buy because it goes on like a lotion, it dries as a powder, it doesn't leave that gross residue that you would get rather using like baby powder in the bathroom, and it gets fucking everywhere. Adam, you're happily married, I assume, right? And you got kids. I assume you're not a sinner. So baby powder, I'm assuming, could you know the messiness that it leaves in the world.
Oh yes,
right?
It gets everywhere. It gets all over the place.
It's everywhere. Daly, I assume your boyfriend uses baby powder because he's weird.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Whatever. Just keep sitting there. I'm almost done.
No, I just let. Never mind.
Is he there? Is he there? Would you like him to get on camera and I can ask him about his ball hygiene?
No, he's at work.
Oh damn! Well, next time.
Like, what's your ball situation?
Right? Like how are you cleaning them? Because I got some products that can help. But even beyond those kind of products, they also have hand sanitizers, self-personal lubricants. Don't get them mixed up. It sucks. They got their own line of boxers and their own line of ball wash little trimmers. I guess you can use on your face, or it works for both heads. Either way, fill up your cart with all their amazing ball wash needs. Use the promo code FreakNet, FREAKNET. Save yourself 15% on your entire order of ball wash products. That's right, guys. Nothing gets your wiener cleaner than ballwash.com.
Yes, no one can say it as good as you.
I might have to get some of that. I might have to try some of that out, just a sample. Yeah,
they have those kind of almost like a gift box thing too that comes with an assortment of different products. I've even got it's kind of like it's a cream, but it's like a cologne cream where you apply it to your areas, and it kind of makes it smell nice and good. I got one that's kind of like a cedar log cabin, if you will. So yeah.
Well, my birthday coming up, I might have to treat myself for that. So
100%, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I'm in.
Dally, you good?
Yeah.
Cool. You want to do Audible, or you want to do that later?
Can we do it later?
Yeah, because you don't remember, right? All right, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about SCW? I'm totally okay with getting SCW first and tackling it head on here.
Knock yourself out.
Let me knock myself out. This is a group effort. You, me, Kage.
You're the one that said let's talk about SCW first. So go ahead and start it.
I'm throwing out a suggestion. I'm not gonna run the show. I want this to be a group effort here. You're making a real uncomfortable situation for Kage here.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
I'm never uncomfortable, first of all.
That's true. He's probably on like his 4th natty ice.
Actually, no, I'm on my 2nd. And it's just natty.
He's on his 2nd set of 4 natty ices.
All right. Fair.
All right. SCW just had a show, was it a couple Saturdays ago, right? I'm trying to remember now. Fucking my 15th? Life is a blur.
The 15th.
The 15th. Okay. It was at Steam Hollow. Awesome venue. I'm happy every time they have a show there. A couple of things did happen at that show that is kind of building to what's going to come this Saturday at SCW's. What the hell is it called? Arctic
Takeover?
Arctic Takeover.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, a couple of things I did want to kind of like key in on was one of the biggest things we saw was the turning of the Sheik on the Alliance of Hope. No one really saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. I thought that that these people were going to work together for a common goal. I know Steve actually had an interview with the Sheik recently at the SCW Training Center to try to figure out why. And the reason Sheik gave was that his whole reason to come into SCW was taking out Bane X. Wasn't, I guess, a true believer in what Bane X was doing in the world as far as the charities and all that stuff, but mainly because, I guess, the Sheik needed citizenship. Bay X kind of helped out with that. So I want to get your guys' perspective, which is actually pretty cool because Kage being in that locker room after that happens, you got kind of more of a behind the scenes like aftermath of what happened. But before I dive into that, Deli, I just want to get your opinion on the attack because we were there. We both watched it together. He attacked not only Bay X, but he also attacked Natasha Crane. And even in the interview with Steve, even though he attacked Natasha, he's still given her the option to come with him, to where we can even see the former alliance group that they previously had back in the day. So let me get your input on how you felt about the attack, and then we can go to Kage. And...
I felt iffy about Sheik being in the Alliance of Hope from the beginning. Like, he's a Sheik. Like, I didn't see it. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always saw a turn coming. I don't know when or where on who, but Sheik, I mean, he's a lonesome rider, and he's a natural heel. He's better off without them, in my opinion.
I got you. Well, I wouldn't consider him like a lonesome guy because I mean he did have his own alliance, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck that was.
When he won the Genesis Championship, he was by himself.
Oh, didn't he have Natasha then?
Yeah, yeah, she was there.
Was she?
Because I'm pretty sure she came after.
Because I had a Genesis title shot, and Natasha was with him. So.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe
that leaves an opportunity for a new person to join Alliance of Hope, like a true third person, you know.
Well, I know Alliance of Hope had obviously there was Paradox, who used to be part with the Sheik. There was the Sheik. There was Natasha, who was part with the Sheik. It did seem like Bay X was trying to form this Patriots of Hope, Alliance of Hope, based on trying to help people be better, oh my God, what the fuck is the word? A better them, I guess I could say without knowing the actual two word I was trying to think of. But I mean, I think the problem that the Sheik had is Sheik is more of a leader. He wants to control a group. He doesn't want to be part of a group. And it's like you said, I was surprised myself that it lasted this long. But Kage, do you remember anything like the feeling, the attitude in the locker room after that happened?
Not only that, he was in the match when it happened.
Oh my God! I asked Kage a question. Shut up.
No, she's right. I was actually in the ring when it happened, and I didn't see it happen when it happened. I didn't find out until I got to the back, and then I realized, hey, this, Sheik turned his back on Bay X and stuff. But honestly, like, to be, once I found out and stuff, yeah, obviously I felt bad because I won the match due to that fact. Mm-hmm. And I've told Bay X this also. Once I'm done dealing with my Bulletproof LLC business and stuff like that, whenever he wants another rematch, I'm completely 100% down for that. But going back to the Sheik, I'm in the same boat. Like I thought it was a matter of time. Like I said, between me and Sheik, there's no love lost because I got my head shaved. He was in that match and all that stuff. And like I said, you can't trust anybody that's a snake. And he's always been a snake. But at that same time too, I mean, he's also dangerous. But the feeling backstage and stuff, once Bay X got to the back and stuff, and his back was all busted open from Sheik hitting him with that flag and stuff. It was just, I feel like Bay X is more heartbroken than betrayed, honestly, because you saw his eyes, you saw his he just looked deflated. Yeah. And I think everybody at that point was, because he did help Sheik get citizenship, and honestly, like a lot of people, believe that Sheik kind of turned over a new leaf and stuff now that he was an American citizen. His family is American citizens now. I feel like a lot of people thought that he, turned a new leaf and stuff. So I think a lot of people were caught off guard. But in my opinion, deep down, I'm not surprised one bit because he's a snake.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing to think about the fact that Bay X actually retired from the ring not too long ago. I think coming back, do you think him coming back may have pushed Sheik to do what he did? Or because like I said, I obviously see Sheik as a leader. And I think when Bay X did retire, it was going to give Sheik an opportunity to rise up and take on that leadership role. Maybe he felt a little defeated at the fact that once he was about to have it, it went away because Bay X maybe couldn't stay out of the spotlight, couldn't get, that itch of the ring really out. But But let me get your views and perspective. Whichever one wants to go first. Don't interrupt each other, Dally.
You can go first, Dallas.
I feel like Baynex coming back after retiring, that definitely probably helped him make his decision. Like, you know what, this is my time. It's supposed to be my time. I want to be the leader, and he just took my spot again.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that probably had played a huge factor in that, for sure.
It definitely does play a factor, but honestly, I feel like the Sheik had this planned all along. Like he said, like this was his plan the whole time, ever since like he hooked up with Baynex and stuff. And then once Baynex left the ring and stuff, it kind of left Sheik with that, the Alliance of Hope banner and stuff. And like you said, like I believe that he sees himself as a leader. And then once Baynex came back into the picture and stuff, I believe it just made his plan that much sweeter. Because honestly, like I said, it wouldn't be if Baynex never came back into the fold. I feel like the Sheik was gonna turn his back on America at any point. And then when he came back, or when Baynex came back, that is, it just made his plan that much sweeter. Because in the end, he turned his back on America. He turned his back on the guy who basically like represents America for Southland Championship Wrestling. So I believe they made it just that much sweeter for him.
Gotcha. Well, obviously you did pick up the win in the match. Defeating a former Genesis champion, regardless of how it happened, you still picked up the win. So at the record books, it shows, Adam Kage victory over Baynex, former Genesis champion. That's got to put you in line for something in the future. Again, I think James Creed being one of the up-and-coming wrestlers in SCW, current Genesis champion, could definitely be something, maybe a match of the year caliber for him and you maybe in the future. But before even Genesis, I know you have a lot of issues with Bulletproof you got to work through. Bulletproof VJ Price took on returning El Dorado. How did it feel to see pretty much VJ Price go up against the one of the biggest guys that's in that ring today, or in that company, I guess I should say.
Here the thing is with that, I mean, he met his match size wise, and that's not disrespecting anybody, because like I said, El Dorado, I mean, he's a hell of an athlete for his size, and as much as I hate to admit it, VJ Price is a hell of an athlete for his size, and I just feel like me making my presence felt in that match and stuff, it gave it like an even field, because like I said, VJ Price is a chicken shit, Doug Keese is a chicken shit, and they don't play by any fair rules. I mean, like I was there, like I was a part of that even before VJ Price even came in the fold. I did it. It's just like Bulletproof's way of fighting and stuff is odds against everybody else, which is a lot. It has a lot to do with all the victories and stuff like that. So me coming out there to throw VJ's big ass back in the ring, so El Dorado can do his thing. Yeah, like I said, you saw the outcome. He can win in unfair advantages, but when it's an even playing field, you saw what happened.
Yeah, and we did notice that obviously Bo Anderson absent yet again. It doesn't seem like he really wants to be in the same building as you, which for good reason. Obviously,
not to cut you off, he knows me.
No, but you did it anyways.
Yeah, he knows me.
Welcome to my world.
No, it's totally fine. You're good, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. He knows me, and he knows damn well what I'm capable of and stuff. Yeah. And if I get my hands on him whenever he decides to show up, it's not going to be pretty. So he knows, and honestly, he's pretty smart, because if he shows up, he's going to get hurt.
Yeah. Dally, I want to ask you a question, because obviously you've known Adam Kage for a long time. In the interview you guys actually did last month, you talked about the longevity of your friendship. So you've seen Adam Kage with Bulletproof, you've seen him without Bulletproof. So from your point of view, and you don't have to kiss his ass because he's here on camera, but do you see a difference in his wrestling when he's by himself or when he was associated with Bulletproof? This is your question, Dally.
No, I know.
Oh, I just got you. Gotcha. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, whenever you're ready, please. It's not like dead air is bad for fucking listens.
I feel like after he became a singles competitor, he definitely got more. He got that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Or not so much urgency, but like he's hungrier. Like he's more like ready. Like he's, you know what I mean? I think that it was a blessing in disguise that they did what they did.
Yeah.
But
yeah, from what I noticed, because obviously I've seen you come in with like tag teams even before Bulletproof LLC, because you were with Bulletproof for a while, especially in SCW. But there was that time before that where you were just a tag team before joining Bulletproof, and especially seeing the couple matches you have done after. And there's definitely a difference you can see in what you're doing in the ring compared to the passion you have for the business or the money that you got for doing it. Because it kind of seemed like when you're in Bulletproof, you really just Bulletproof seems like it's all about money. If there's a payday for it, then it's a good day. Wins and losses never really seemed like a big deal. But I could kind of tell that for you it was a little bit different. But when you're surrounded by people like Keith, like Bulletproof, or like Bo Anderson, I guess you kind of get away from that. And I think you're going to find that now a lot better now that you're on your own and you have a new passion, and that's taking down Bulletproof. Obviously, they do got VJ Price. There's a strength in numbers there, but who knows? Maybe El Dorado could be someone you could look to as like maybe a backup. I mean, who better to have someone than fucking that big ass dude in your corner to kind of keep a Keist or Bo Anderson out of the way when you kind of mow through Bulletproof one by one.
No, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Eldorado's even come up to me personally and said that he's got my back whenever I need it or whenever I want it. You know, so I mean, I appreciate that and stuff like that. So me and Eldorado are pretty tight when it comes to that. And yeah, I mean, you were right too. Like the same thing with like Bulletproof, you know, is all about money because yeah, that's all they are about. You know, it's money over everything. You know, it basically you make as much money as you possibly can at any cost, and it doesn't matter how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I feel better. You know, especially since my surgery and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to the road ahead and, kicking the shit out of Bulletproof LLC, obviously. So,
yeah, I know. Obviously, VJ Price, a constant in High Voltage. For those who don't know, I am general manager of High Voltage.
I
Not,
didn't know.
yeah, it's a brag. It's I feel like it needs to be mentioned because it's deserved. What's up?
Plug the show.
I know, right? Fuck yeah. High Voltage available on YouTube. Currently once bi-monthly, I guess you call it.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing it every 2 months now. So
yeah, well, of course I'm the GM. I know that.
I'm just letting everybody know. I mean,
yeah. VJ Price, quite the mainstay in High Voltage. El Dorado, I expect to see him more in High Voltage now that he's healthy and ready to go. Bulletproof, it doesn't matter if it's SCW or High Voltage. There's always shenanigans that they try to pull to find their way to win and to become victorious. Kage, probably going to be one of the top guys in High Voltage. I see no other reason to think otherwise. So I'm happy with High Voltage. I disagree with Terry's analogy on what High Voltage is, but we're going to get into that again later on in the show. I do want to talk a little bit about POW and SCW. Obviously, POW came into the SCW Steam Hollow show, took 2 wins. Cody took a win over, I think it was Miles Mercer, if I remember correctly. And Scott Spade, who did he face? Mulligan took a win over Mulligan.
Yeah.
But I guess the biggest issue with POW currently, and Steve from the Power Hour isn't shy of admitting it, was attacked when he was getting the title back from Scott Spade in the ring. He has gone on record numerous times on Facebook stating that he felt betrayed. He felt that he was left for dead. Kage, what do you know about the locker room not coming out to help Steve? Do you know anything that's going on? Were you guys told not to? Were you kind of oblivious to what's going on?
No, you see, that happened right before my match. So like nobody came to me and told me not to come out because honestly, I didn't even know what was happening. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, like I'm getting ready to come out, I'm in my ritual and stuff like that, and I'm obviously I love Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love him to death. So if I knew anything was going down, I would 100% have his back. You know, and I've told him this. You know, it's just like I said. It's, you know, it's just unfortunate that, you know, their antics. They know how to do their antics. Like, they know how to plan them out. They know how to execute them and stuff like that. So, I mean, hats off to them, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the locker room goes and stuff like that, I haven't heard anything about anybody being told not to come out. I don't think a whole lot of people knew about it at that point. But from my perspective, if I knew about it, I'd definitely come out there.
If it makes me feel better, next time that happens, if he gets attacked, I will get out of my seat and go help him up.
Yeah, that'll help him. Where'd he go?
I mean, at least I'm somebody. Well, maybe somebody.
That's right. Fucking just hit the ring like only Sage Griffin knows how to do.
There you go. Yeah, but like I said, I couldn't speak for the rest of the locker room, so I don't know what they were thinking or what the thing is.
Well, Steve definitely isn't shy of blaming Hunter Payne for that. I was actually a guest on the Power Hour last week, and I think he ended the show by telling Hunter Payne to kiss his ass. Obviously, Hunter Payne being more of an old school guy, just told Steve, you know, quit whining, put his big boy pants on, and everything. And I know Steve and I we've had our differences. I'm kind of warming up to the guy now. There's a couple of things I still don't agree with. One of the biggest issues is, you know, Terry Allen being president of SCW, being in control of the company. First off, wasn't at the Steam Hollow show. Now, he's supposed to be there this Saturday, but he wasn't at the Steam Hollow show. He states that he had no idea that POW was going to do that, which I'm sorry, it's fucking POW. Clearly, you don't have a ring announcer go out to the ring by themselves to collect the title. I still don't agree with the stripping of the title. Champion's a champion, a win's a win, regardless of how you look at it. I mean, Terry Allen to strip away a title from Scott Spade is kind of hypocritical to the fact that Hunter Payne held that title after being handed it by Terry. Whatever. I guess we don't talk about history here. But the fact that his only response to Steve after his outburst about what happened was, when you go into war with people, you want to know how they're going to respond to any situation. And Steve buys that. So it seems like Terry wanted Steve out there completely on his own to see how he reacts to a situation. I think it's garbage. I think it's completely wrong way of going about it. I get that Terry comes from an era where Windy City was something, where the name Terry Allen like carried weight. Steve has this fear of Terry Allen to watch his P's and Q's. He's even recommended to me that I should watch what I say because it's bad for my career. The thing that I'm starting to realize is, after everything I have said to Terry through social media that's out in the public for people to read, if I haven't been fired yet, I'm pretty sure my job's secure. I'm not even sure Terry has the ability to fire me, but he hasn't yet. So I don't know if it's because maybe he respects me for my opinion or he just physically can't do it. Regardless, SCW brought me in for a reason. They allowed me to be general manager of High Voltage, which is available on YouTube just by searching Southland Championship Wrestling twice a month. Make sure you check it out. Like Southland Championship Wrestling on Facebook, so you know when the shows are dropped, so you can be notified of it. They brought me in because what I do on this show is speak honesty and I speak truthfully, and I don't want to try to, you know, build up garbage. I speak my mind and I speak honestly. And like I said, I have no disrespect towards Terry as a person. As a president, I'm not a big fan of it. Kage, he's your president. You work for SCW. You probably deal with him more than I do. Daly, you sell merch once in a while, so you probably have to deal with Terry from time to time. Am I wrong in thinking that there's something screwy when it comes to Terry Allen? Because we saw him stand there when C-Red took out Hunter Payne. Terry and Hunter are supposed to have some kind of friendship, but he just stood there and allowed this to happen. There's something sketchy about the guy, and the moment he shows up, there's issues with POW. To a point where everyone wants to blame POW for the situation. From my perspective, SCW started it. Regardless of what Scott State did, Hunter Payne was one that attacked POW. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm wearing the SCW shirt. I support SCW. I have no problem with people attacking people, but you have to admit fault when fault is there. So, first question to both of you guys. Terry Allen, am I wrong in thinking that there's something screwy about the guy? Am I seeing him differently than what he really is? Kage, let's go with you first.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're entitled to think that. I mean, my personal feelings about Terry Allen and stuff. I mean, the guy already knocked me out once, and I'm not trying to get my jaw broken. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he has planned for the heavyweight championship and stuff like that, number one is none of my business, because I mean obviously I'm not in a position right now to actually worry about the heavyweight championship, but as far as like the handling of Southland Championship Wrestling and the POW debacle thing, it's a Windy City thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, obviously Terry was in Windy City. Hunter Payne was in Windy City. I mean, not to try to age them, but I grew up watching them.
Oh, they're fucking old. No, age the fuck on. They are geriatric. If there was a senior home that said Southland Windy City sleeping home, they'd all be in there right now.
All right, like I said, you said it, not me, but like I said,
hell yeah.
I feel like it's a Windy City issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not going to put my 2 cents into that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to stick my nose into where it don't belong. True. So like I said, I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion with the sketchiness and stuff like that. That's your opinion. Mm-hmm. I just don't have an opinion on it.
No, which is fine, because the thing is, you could, even if you had an opinion you wanted to express, it's hard for you to do it because you could be booked in a match against 5 fucking people. You could you could be maybe not even booked at all. There could be repercussions to your act, and I get that.
Well, because it's not even that. It's just like they can book me with five freaking guys against me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of anybody. But gotcha. I'm just saying, like I actually don't have an opinion on it. Because like I said, I mean, it's a Windy City issue. I wasn't in Windy City Pro Wrestling.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Terry Allen, comparative to a Sentinel or a Kaged presidency, is he better, worse, or the same?
Oh, better, 100%.
He's the fucking same, Kage.
I was president for like 5 minutes, and I was a better president than Sentinel and Kaged.
But you gotta think about, man. I mean, right now Terry is no different than Sentinel. He shows up when he wants, and he books shit based on his own agenda. You're 100% right. It's a Windy City thing, and I don't think that they should allow things that happened in the fucking 90s to dictate how they're going to run shit now.
See, I agree with half of that.
Oh, you monster! You should agree with all of it.
No. I agree with half of that. Like the 90s.
You invited him, Dally.
No. The 90s thing, like I completely agree with. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: if you're gonna say, okay, Terry can show up whenever he wants, and you compare him to the Sentinel and stuff like that. Here's the thing: if you ran Southland Championship Wrestling, for example, and like you named the presidents and the commissioners, whatever you want to call them, and stuff like that, are you gonna let the Sentinel show up whenever he wants, or are you gonna let Terry Allen show up whenever he wants?
If you're president, you should be at the show.
I'm going with Terry Allen showing up whenever he wants.
Well, no, and that's fine. Like I said, I mean, like from the way you view things, like I said, you have a different perspective because you're in it. Like the only part I have in SCW is GMing high voltage, and to be honest, and I'll even agree with Steve, maybe I should be there more often. But we all know life gets in the way, and there are things that dictate how our availability to be somewhere. But luckily, like I've mentioned, I don't have to be there all the time because there is a group of people that work on the show that can make it run. I just got to be there to make sure shit, is kind of on the level. And everything would have been fine if Steve didn't open his mouth and invite POW to the high voltage show. But whatever, we don't have to get into that. It's been talked to death. It's Steve's fault. I'll admit it.
Think though, you got to think though, with like the invasion of high voltage and stuff. Mm-hmm. POW showed up like 20 deep.
But Steve invited them. Steve challenged them.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you make that initial challenge and stuff like that, you don't think they're gonna freaking show up 20 deep to beat up like rookies. If you want to exclude me and Creed, you know.
Yeah,
So if you exclude me, Creed, and JPH, the rest of the people there were rookies.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're in a fight, when you're in a feud with somebody else, you're not going to show up with like 4 people because you don't know who's going to be there. He knew that Steve was there, and he knew that there were some talent there, but he had no idea if maybe there was a Hunter Payne or
no,
he
knew. He knew
he
that.
didn't know
Because
Kage.
No.
You're defending Steve too much too.
No.
God, Steve.
Powell, Jim Blaze, they all knew. They all knew Hunter Payne wasn't going to be there. Why do you think they decided to come? And they showed up 20 deep. I guarantee you, if Hunter Payne wasn't there, or was there, I should say, they wouldn't have showed up.
All right, Dally, give me your perspective on the attack at high voltage.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, sure. You can be part of this. Tell me your thoughts on the attack at high voltage.
I thought you were talking about Terry.
Well, we'll get back to Terry, but I want to talk about this right now. My show is more important than Terry's. I want to talk about high voltage. I want to talk about Steve's challenge to fucking Jim Blaze to show up, and he did, and he showed up with 20 people. And according to Kage here, well, yeah, challenge him, but give him a fucking limit on how many people he could bring.
They walked into the training center.
Yes.
The training center. They knew there was going to be rookies there.
And they showed up 20 deep.
Yeah, but he doesn't know
all
that
they had to do was
make
their presence known. That's all they had to do was make their presence known. But they took the initiative to do things that weren't necessary to people that didn't deserve it.
Okay, you've seen the videos. I'm sure you've been there where fucking SCW went to POW and attacked their guys.
I wasn't there.
Okay, but you've seen the videos. The videos have been posted all over social media. You know,
I told you multiple times. I don't even know where this thing started from.
It doesn't matter where it started from. It's the fact of what's going on right now, and the fact that Steve caused an attack at the high voltage show is, first of all, his fault. It should have never happened, and I don't see why.
But why did they show up there instead of at one of our shows?
Yeah, like you could have showed up at a pay-per-view when like the whole roster is there, but you're gonna show up to a training center where they have 3 of the regular freaking main roster guys there, and the rest of them all rookies. And and on top of that, you're gonna show up 20 deep when you know the trainees are gonna be there. You know Payne's not gonna be there. You know Terry Allen's not gonna be there. You know freaking Travis T's not gonna be there.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying it was honorable, but you know what? It was a smart play on Powell's move to attack the weakest part of the company. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not giving Powell credit for doing it. They shouldn't have done it. Steve shouldn't have invited him, but they definitely should not have done it. It was a cowardly way of going about this entire thing because you're right. He should have showed up at a pay-per-view because his fight is with Hunter Payne, Terry Allen, and SCW, not with high voltage. And it sucks because go ahead, what's up?
And honestly, he probably would have had more freaking exposure if he showed up to a freaking pay-per-view because he would have got more eyes on his freaking on his promotion. But you know,
makes sense. Absolutely right. Dally, let's go back to Terry Allen. Give me your views, opinions on Terry. I'm sure maybe you've known him maybe longer than any of us. I don't know, but give me your opinions on Terry.
Yeah, I do. I grew up watching Terry as well. I know. Everyone knows Terry knows the business better than anybody.
Yeah.
He knows, like, I don't know why he would assume that something would not go bad with making that arrangement with Powell. He knew. So I agree with you. There's something sketchy there. Something, even if it was back from the 90s, something to do with Windy City, some bad blood with someone somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. But it does not make sense to me. I don't agree with the stripping of the title either. That makes no sense. If we were playing that game, there are so many reasons that should have not happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just watch. Whatever.
I got you. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. You know, it's you're right because you agree with me. So that's a plus. So.
Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Terry. I respect him as a person and as a wrestler.
Yeah.
As a president, I don't really know. Like I said, I just see something weird. I don't completely like what's going on.
He has the potential to be a great president. There's just something weird. And maybe it's just the situation. Maybe it's the power situation that kind of like makes it have a different perspective of what's truly there. But there's something there that I just don't trust about the guy. And the fact that he is in some way my boss or whatever the fuck he would be to me or to anyone else that's in that company, there needs to be straightforward answers. And the guy is so cryptic in everything he says. I mean, there was one point in our conversation where he referred to me as like a petty bride or some goofy shit. Or like, he was talking about like kissing my ass or, telling me the truth and shit. Or whatever the fuck he wants to talk about. But he has this weird way of going about how he talks about something. Like he wants to use an analogy. And I get it. That's a grandfather thing that people fucking do, and I get it, whatever. But as a man, he needs to have more respect for the brands that SCW issues, like High Voltage. I think it's only proper that he issues an apology on him stating that High Voltage is the shittiest wrestling company he knows, because he knows what it is, he knows what it's capable of being, and to sit there and judge a company that's only had 3 shows and they're based on new up and coming stars, which Adam Kage, James Creed, JPH, Chris Ward, they show up and they have matches, as well to help out the other talent. But it's for the trainees, it's for the rookies and everything. It's for them to train and get better. So there's a lack of respect that Terry has for who I believe, honestly, isn't part of his group, isn't part of his circle. It's the new wave of wrestlers that are coming to maybe push him out. The next Adam Kage, the next James Creed, VJ Price, El Dorado. These are the new guys that are eventually going to take over. Baynex, Hunter Payne, Terry Allen, Ivan Manson. Because these guys, we've heard Ivan say that he's going to be done soon. Hunter is going to be done soon. Baynex has already retired and come back. Terry is finding some sort of relevancy once again because he's been gone for God knows how long. So I think maybe that's terrifying him a little bit. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. Anything from you guys?
I said what I needed to say.
I mean, like I said, you're entitled to your opinion. Like I said, I mean, my thing is, it's like, the other thing is too, it's like, I do agree with you on the whole respect thing. I do agree with you on that. Like, I feel like I can, I can get behind that. I really can. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, though, there's also a lot of guys in that locker room that also don't respect Terry Allen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Terry Allen is going to command that respect, whether you want to give it to him or not.
No, and you're right. He deserves respect for what he's done in the business. But if he's not willing to show it, I'm not willing to give it. I respect the guy. I respected him before he was stating all that garbage on Facebook. Being a guy who wants to sit there and talk about keyboard warriors and how, it's better to speak your mind in person than over the computer. And the fact that he did all that shit right there, I've never had a conversation face to face with the guy in my life. I've had 3 conversations on Facebook with him, and each one of them is him belittling or bad-mouthing anything about anybody who's less than him, who's less trained than him, less experienced than him, less knowledgeable. Like, I'm sorry. I have trained in professional wrestling. I was trained by Vito and Sal Tomaselli, Jay Jensen, Mike Nolan. I wrestled, dark matches at wrestling schools. I helped, tear set up and tear down Elite Pro Wrestling matches. I've gone through so many other companies to talk with people and learn about people. Like, I have that experience. I don't talk about it wholeheartedly 100% all the time, but I talk about it a little bit. People know that my cousin's Mike Nolan. And yeah, I say that because, I want people to know how important I am because I know somebody. Whatever. That's right, Dally. You can laugh.
At least honest about it.
I'm 100% honest about it. But the thing is, it's like, he just sees me as some podcaster who lucked into a role at High Voltage. Fine. I don't need to explain myself to Terry to get his respect, because the way the person I see now is somebody who I think my opinion couldn't change on. So that's him. That's fine. He wants to be that way. He wants to tear me down. Fine, whatever. I've dealt with it for a long ass time. I've had numerous people, tell me I'm one thing or another without even knowing who I am. I could give two shits. But to belittle a fucking wrestling show that's built to bring you the next top talent in Southland, that's why I have a problem with him as a president, as a person, as a leader, to where I think that maybe, just maybe, SCW should think about maybe finding a replacement, even though he's only been there for a few months. But I'm not saying me. I don't want to be president of SCW right now. I'm fine with just, working with high voltage.
You have time for that? I mean, you're running high voltage, you're running the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I cannot be president of SCW right now. If I win the lottery tonight and I can fucking just retire from everything, then yeah, maybe I'll fill my time. But by then, Just Freakin Wrestling will already have their own promotion and shit, booking matches and whatever. So
I better be. You know what? I better be on that card for the first show. That's
fun fact. I asked Dally to book a fucking main event match, and she didn't include you.
See, now that's messed up, man.
Right? She known you for so long. I think I gave her 4. I gave her 4 people.
I'm curious now. Who was in the main event?
I don't remember what I said.
Bro.
Oh, come on now. You totally know what you said. Come on. Who was it?
I really didn't.
All right.
I don't remember. I really don't. This is a conversation we had 2 weeks ago.
Oh, God. Well, Andrews was in it. We put Andrews in it.
All right. I'm down with that.
Max.
Holiday?
Yeah.
Put Max Holiday in it.
Main events.
Former 3-time SCW heavyweight champion, longest reigning SCW champion.
Was it Rough Crossing and
Rough Crossing? Yeah.
I can't remember the last one.
Okay. I mean, so
Was
far
it Gabo?
I can't really argue, but I had at least be freaking semi main.
You know what she said?
Okay, yeah, you got that. Let's go.
You know what she said? She said, "Hey, he'd be a good developing talent."
I didn't say that.
You know what? I mean, since you didn't book me in the main event, I'm kind of leaning to it.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, you're not gonna put fucking Kage in the main event. Like, what do you think? He's some kind of mid carder? She's like, he'd be lucky to be my mid card.
I did not say that.
You know, I've let you stay at my house before.
How dare you?
You play with my children.
Okay, you're gonna listen to Travis over me, really?
I mean, come on now. I just speak honesty and truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did say though that if you weren't in the main event, you would be in the opening match. You'd be the first official match of JFW.
That's fine. Follow that.
So there's that.
That's all I gotta say. Follow that.
Yeah. I don't know who you'd be booked against, but you'll definitely be the opening match if you don't make the main event. Which, I mean, the main event I want to try to focus on, like, these are going to be the mainstays. That's why I wanted you in the main event. But then I said no, those are for the top guys. I said okay.
You know what? I know how you feel now. It's fine. It's sad that I had to find this.
Me, I did not say that.
God. All right, Dally, before we dive into the main event match from the Steam Hollow show, plug Audible. Let's get that done.
You're really going to make me do it?
Well, yeah.
Why can't you just do it? You're so much better than me.
You can say show, right? I mean, but this is like, my first like full show.
Because I did 2 plugs. You could just do the one. You've heard me say it multiple times over the year.
Okay, but every time I plug anything, you laugh at me because I say it weird and wrong. So just
do it right. So just do it right. I promise, if you do it right now, I will not laugh at all at it. You have my word. You have my word that I would not laugh. I'll tell you what, if you do this plug right now, if I laugh at all, I will never ask you to do another plug again.
I feel like that's something to actually think about.
Yeah. So do the plug. If I laugh, I will never ask you to do another plug ever again in the history of this show.
I don't even know how to start it though. I know what Audible is, but like I don't know how.
Well, how about this? What is Audible?
Just dive into it. Boom.
What is Audible?
Basically, Audible, you can listen to stories and books through audio instead of actually physically reading it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Now, what do we offer them if they sign up for Audible?
No, like here's a better idea. Sell it to me. Like,
Sell Kage Audible.
Yeah, like sell it to me. Like I'm a big book person, so sell it to me.
Sell him Audible.
I don't even know what the deal is with us.
How do you not know? They're a sponsor of our show for many
Because
years.
you say it, not me. You say it.
Because no one ever does a plug.
I mean, I'd do it if I knew what it was.
See? Okay. God damn it. Dally, I'm going to do it this time.
I will
I
will write it down. I will physically write it down, and I'll remember it, and then I'll say it.
Okay.
Just for you guys out there, like I'm really not a big book person. I probably like maybe read like 3 books in my whole life. So
You see, and Kage, I was in the same boat as you. I'm not a big reading guy. I did a book club with this freaking show, but I do want to expand and get the opportunity to read more books. But I'm always on the go, driving to work, driving home from work, driving to physical therapy. I'm always constantly moving. Even when I'm at my house, there are times where I just listen to music while I'm doing some cleanup or whatever. But now I could kind of convert listening to music to maybe listening to an audiobook, because now you could just have the stories read to you instead of you having to sit down and read the book physically yourself. So like you travel a lot for wrestling. Obviously, you go from state to town to county, whatever. Maybe go to Canada. I don't know what you do. But while you're in the car, you could be able to listen to an audiobook while you're traveling. And because of us here at Just Freak Wrestling, JFW, who has been a supporting podcast of Audible for several years, Dally, you can now get a 30-day free trial of Audible plus a credit to your very first book just by going to audibletrial.com/freaknet. That's FreakNet. Signing up. You'll get 30 days absolutely free plus a credit to get your first book. And Audible is filled with so many different wrestling autobiographies, biographies, history books, fiction, nonfiction, whatever you're looking for. Audible has a book for you. If you're looking for something more mystical like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, you're looking for something to tell you more about history like Prohibition, Civil Wars, or whatever. Or if you want to listen to a story by Chris Jericho, AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels, whoever, they're available to you at Audible just by going to audibletrial.com/freaknet, signing up, get yourself a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your very first book.
Now I feel like anybody that's on the road, this would be like the perfect freaking thing. Like I said, like Travis said, like I travel a lot and stuff like that, and like I said, music gets me through some of it and stuff like that. But after a while, you're kind of tired of rocking out, jamming out, whatever you listen to and stuff like that, and you want to listen to like a podcast or a book in this case and stuff. So like I said, I feel like that'd be awesome. I should probably try that.
100%, man. I mean, like you've traveled through the Midwest. I know you've traveled to Phoenix Pro Wrestling. You've been there. I mean, for you, that's got to be like a 6-8 hour drive.
Yeah, it's about a 7 hour, 8 hour drive. Yeah.
Imagine how many books you get through on that drive alone. It's absolutely amazing.
Like I said, like I'm opposed to whatever makes the drive, go by faster. Because looking at farms and cows and stuff like that, it kind of gets freaking boring, And like I said, I love music as much as the next guy. Like I listen to rock, rap, country, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's like, okay, let's chillax, and let's listen to some audio stuff.
Something different, 100%.
Yeah.
So you got that out, Dally, for next time?
30-day trial and credit to your first book.
And what's the link?
I'm not even freaking plug it.
Right? What's the link?
FreakNet.
Ask me or her.
What's the whole thing? I mean, I did say it 4 times.
What?
audibletrial.com/freaknet.
audibletrial.com/freaknet.
See, there we go.
Look, I'll write it down right now.
What's up?
Was it you get 30% off?
Yeah, 30 days free plus a credit to your first book.
Okay,
yeah.
You get 30 days free.
30 days absolutely free plus a credit to your first book. And realistically, those books they do have some books that are a little bit pricier, but they got other books that you can pick up for a couple dollars and stuff. And there's even exclusive books to Audible. Because for those of you who don't know, Audible is owned by Amazon. So any book that gets released into Amazon could potentially become an Audible book. So, Okay, let's wrap up Steve Mahalo. I want to talk about the main event. Hunter Payne took on James Creed, number one contendership for the vacant SCW Heavyweight Championship. Daly, talk about a little bit about the match.
Why me? You know how I feel about that match.
Because I've been talking the entire time. All I want you to do is just give a quick recap of it. I'll finish up the finish.
Quick recap. Hunter Payne kicked James Creed's ass, and he handed him a victory. That is what happened.
Oh, my God. Hey, Kage, you want to try recapping the match for me?
I mean, yeah, let's be honest.
wrong?
I have to agree with her. Like, I mean, Hunter Payne.
It's exactly what happened, but for the love of God, I just want some dialect created here, guys. Oh, fucking Daly, you monster.
Just saying, that's not something to be ashamed of if you're James Creed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I mean, Hunter Payne whooped my ass. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like handing him a victory, I'm not on board with that.
Yeah, well, okay, so I guess we'll just fucking go to the end, Daly. Yeah, so the whole match was pretty much Hunter just beating the shit out of Creed. He was lucky to come back here and there. Eventually, Hunter made a decision at the end to take the forced count out to give James Creed to win. Fine. My two thoughts on why he did it. One, he knows he can't beat James Creed. He's too far in age. He knows he can't compete with him. So he gave him the victory to.
I don't care.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm going to say. Let me finish. I told you there's two things. Daly, shh. There's two things. I told you one or two things. I'm not picking one. I'm just saying there's one or two thoughts. Hunter Payne could not beat James Creed. He tried. He couldn't fucking do it. Number two, he understands that James Creed is the future of SCW. And if he kept going, James Creed may have not had a future in SCW because Hunter Payne would have done something he wouldn't be proud of to finish off the match. So he chose to give up now instead of hurting the potential future of James Creed.
Okay. I got something for, both those thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
I was with you with James Creed being like the face and stuff like that and being the future and all that stuff. And, Hunter Payne would probably stoop down to somewhere he didn't want to go to actually, like, he didn't want to go there. Like, I was with you on that one. Okay. But that first freaking thought, how many bowls did you smoke?
Why would he hand the title over? Why would he hand that match to him? Why?
You know what? Instead, he just fed him to Scott Spade.
Is that what you think?
I don't know, but now he just got his ass kicked by Hunter Payne. Now next week he's gonna get his ass kicked by Scott Spade. So I'm just saying.
Like I said, I feel like that was. I don't feel like that was the right decision to actually just do like a voluntary like count out type thing. Like I don't feel like that was the right thing to do. No. And like I said, if James Creed was gonna win the match, James Creed would have found a way to win that match. Yeah. Like I 100% agree with that. But to say that Hunter Payne can't beat James Creed, I don't agree with that whatsoever.
That's why I gave two possibilities, and that's why the first one.
Hey, Travis.
Was kind of,
the first one was a freaking like, "Are you high?" type freaking thought.
Remember months and months ago when you said you thought Hunter Payne was going soft?
Well, he did.
Well, that's a prime example where I just agreed with you. That show. That just proved that he was maybe a bit soft there because
and that's what bothers me because you know what? I was all excited. I marked the fuck out when I commentated with Steve about seeing more of of the old Hunter Payne when he was in that tag match with Mulligan taking on Evil Gains Evil. He was more aggressive. He was more violent. It was the Hunter Payne I've been waiting to see forever. And then all of a sudden he comes down that aisle, slapping hands with kids, being the fucking hero again, looking down at the Creed family, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and looking at him like, I'm sorry what I'm going to do to your boy, and they just fucking beats the shit out of fucking James Creed for what seemed like forever. And yeah, Creed got some good licks in, got a good comeback, threw down his fucking elbow drop, whatever he did, couldn't fucking finish the job. And then all of a sudden you fucking see Hunter try to pin fucking Creed. He throws his foot on the fucking ropes. You see him look over at the family, who I can only imagine is either crying or shitting themselves, watching their baby boy get their ass handed to him, to the point where he's like, give me a microphone, I'm done. So yeah, I think realistically, between my two scenarios I gave, I'm going to go with the whole, I don't want to have to kill this guy to prove a point.
See, now that I agree with. Like, I don't think, like, honestly, like, if James Creed kept kicking out and stuff like that, which he did and stuff, it's at that point, what do I have to do to beat this guy? You gotta have to, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I don't think he wanted to do that to James Creed because he has a lot of respect for him and all that. So, like I said, I don't agree with, the count out and stuff like that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. But like I said, the second thought is more probable than the first one.
Yeah, and and the thing is, like, and again, I gotta go back to a little bit about when I went through training back in 2008 or whatever the fuck it was. I saw guys graduate from wrestling school and have matches with the guys who trained us, and they didn't let up on them. They didn't fucking let go easy on them, because they have to understand the difference between student and teacher and competitors in the ring. And I don't think Hunter separated that. I think through that entire match, all he saw was, I'm facing a guy that I trained at the SCW school. I don't think he looked at it as, I am facing a guy who I need to beat to go against another guy who is a POW wrestler and make sure that the SCW title comes home. He probably has a lot of faith in Creed, but I don't see Creed beating Scott Spade and bringing the SCW title home. I think this whole title stripping thing was a complete waste of time, because I just don't see Creed, great wrestler. Congratulations on being the Genesis champion, but there's a difference between being a Genesis champion and being a POW heavyweight champion. There's different levels. And yeah, maybe you're ready for this. And I don't want to take anything away from him, taking on Ivan Manson at fucking ARW and winning the heavyweight championship. He lost it, but hey, he won. It's different, because we saw what Scott Spade did to Ivan a few months back too. POW is a different breed, and this is a lot of pressure to put on a kid who is 3 years into the fucking business.
And he's gonna have Tiny and Mistress Misery on his sides, and Creed doesn't have anybody.
But the other thing is too, it's like you kind of know that somebody's going to be in Creed's corner at that point. If Spade's going to have Tiny, somebody's going to be in Creed's corner, whether Creed wants it or not. Whether that be Hunter Payne, whether that be Terry Allen, whether that be anybody, somebody is going to be in his corner, because you're right. We saw what Scott Spade did to Ivan Manson.
Yeah.
And luckily everybody was able to stop that early enough. Do you actually think that they're going to let the same thing happen to James Creed, as, like you said, is basically the future of Southland Championship Wrestling? I don't see that happening. Somebody's going to be in his corner.
It's just going to be a weird situation come Saturday, because we know Jimmy Blaze is going to be there. We know the president or commissioner of POW, whoever that is going to be there. Steve's hated, like, the guy he calls fucking Xavier Swaggle. I don't know what the fuck his real name is, but POW people are irrelevant to me at this moment. I don't know how many people from POW are going to be there. The one problem I do have with SCW, granted, again, I'm wearing the fucking shirt. It says my name on it. So I'm an SCW. I'm a fan here. I'm a supporter. I just fear that SCW wrestlers in that locker room have other agendas that they're more focused on than when it comes to POW. Nothing against you, Kage, but I mean, what's more important to you right now, SCW and POW, or you and Bulletproof?
No, you're 100% right. Like, the main thing on my plate right now is Bulletproof LLC.
Right?
I mean, POW's there. It's like lingering right there, because, like I said, I don't appreciate what they did on High Voltage and stuff. I don't appreciate that, but it's not my priority right now. I feel like I feel like there's enough people in the SCW locker room right now that is their main priority. Yeah. And I know that they're going to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So they don't need, an Adam Kage backing them up when they're going to take care of POW anyway and whoop their ass. Because that's how much faith I have in that locker room, and that's how much faith I have in the people that are going to be dealing with it.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. My main thing is Bulletproof LC. You're 100% correct.
Yeah. And, and I don't want to say anything negative about SCW. I know that it's weird to see a lot of people who hate each other unite together. I mean, I've seen Aaron Xavier stand up with Hunter Payne when they attacked POW. Never thought I'd see that, but it did happen. So I get that there is a passion to the business, but at the same time, I think that there's always going to be personal agendas will oversee God, what the fuck is the word? Oh, it sounds so much smarter when I know what I'm saying.
You know what you should do, though? You know what you should do for the next high voltage taping. You should book Hunter Payne and Travis T in a grudge match.
Oh God, I don't want to fucking put him on the shelf.
No, and beat that ass. All right, just whoop that ass all over freaking Moments, wherever the hell it is. Just whoop that ass.
Maybe one day I'll be able to step in the ring with Hunter. I have been thinking about maybe getting back and kind of knocking off some of this rust. I mean, I know how to do some shit. I remember my fucking suplexes and hip tosses and whatnot.
You know, you might be able to show him something.
Right? Hell yeah. Mostly I just want to beat the shit out of fucking Power Hour Steve, but
see, I would watch that. No, sell that to pay-per-view. I would buy the pay-per-view, even though I would probably be there. But I would buy the pay-per-view.
You know it would be a good match at the next was it WrestleTopia? Is that SCW's WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Travis T and Hunter Payne versus Steve and C Red.
But I feel like Hunter Payne would just, kick you in the freaking dirt and just,
Well, yeah, but I mean, as long as we win the match, hey, it is what it is.
Usually has one of those things of like the ball on the string and just go.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if my name shows up in the record books as a win, then that's fine. I'll have one thing over fucking Steve. I mean, he did tell Steve to kiss his ass. So
I don't know. I mean, Steve's he's rough around the edges.
Dude wore a diaper on his face to protect his eye. Come on now. Anything about SCW that we haven't covered before we move on to Royal Rumble?
No, February I'm gonna be whooping VJ Price's ass. That's about it.
There we go. Well, you can always come back on. At least there's more. I mean, it's nice to have somebody who talks with me. I'm just saying, it's wonderful.
Oh, you can't shut me up half the freaking time. So
I know. Second, Dally talks so little, she has no problem keeping her hand over her mouth. All right, Dally, talk about Royal Rumble. It's all you now.
No, now you just hurt my feelings. Now I'm not talking anymore.
Oh, come on. How can I hurt your feelings with that positive glow that's radiating off of you?
Aren't you going to be at the Rumble? I mean.
Yeah, so talk about the Royal Rumble. Let's go.
What about it?
Anything. Tell me anything about the Royal Rumble. Talk to me about the Royal Rumble. When's the Royal Rumble?
This Saturday, January 29th. 29th.
Where's it at?
What else is January 29th?
What?
What else is January 29th?
The same day as the Southland show.
Man, you can buy it on pay-per-view at infinitypoint.org /
I will say yes, I am going to the Royal Rumble and I am not going to Southland. I need a little bit of a break. I need to go enjoy myself. So, I'm excited.
Cool. Okay. So, yes, the Royal Rumble is this Saturday. We're going to have 2 heavyweight championship matches, 1 female championship match, and I think that's all the titles that are on the line.
I think the tag match, but I don't know if that's on the pre-show or if that's on the actual pay-per-view card.
Oh, that's right. I did say there was a pre-tag match. I don't know. It's like it didn't show up in anything I was looking for. You sure there's a tag match?
Yeah. Wasn't there a segment on Raw last night where they did Alpha Academy and Arcade Bro and they're facing each other at the Rumble?
The spelling bee? Oh, I did a spelling bee.
Yeah, but I thought that was because that they were going. Never mind.
I don't know. Well, let me look real quick. Let me just thumb through my shit. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
What do you think of Cowboy Brock?
4. He's a fucking guy. I love that man.
All I thought about when I saw Cowboy Brock was listening to Tracy Lawrence. I don't know why, but as soon as I saw it, I threw on the Alibis CD and I was jamming.
We finally get to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, which is a match that everyone's been talking about for years.
You know what, though? I believe that match should just... I think that match should happen sooner than what it is happening.
I mean, it would have been great if it would have happened when they were in their prime, but it's happening at least.
What are you talking about? Lashley's still... he's still a freaking beast. I mean, Brock is obviously still a beast also. So
Well, yeah, but I'm saying 10, 15 years younger, It could have been...
Like I said, I mean, I feel like it should happen sooner than what it is, but at the same time, like I said, Lashley's a beast and Brock is a beast. So like I said, I don't think age has anything to do with it. I just wish we got it sooner than what we are.
Yeah.
Because you got to think of, like, how long has Lashley been in the WWE, and how long has Brock been in the WWE? Both of them coming back at this point, because Lashley came back almost 5 years ago. 4 years ago, maybe
something like that.
Yeah, and Brock's been back since like 2011, so it's like I think it should have happened a lot sooner than what it is, but at least we're getting to see it, and I'm down.
Since we didn't get to see Roman versus Brock last month for the Day 1 pay-per-view, which was supposed to happen, I don't know. I still see a Roman and Brock match happening for the Universal title, even if it's not until WrestleMania.
You know what I think is going to happen? You know what I think it's going to happen? I think it's going to be Brock and Roman, and they're both going to put both the titles on the line, and it's going to be unified. That's my opinion.
Oh, God, I hope not.
I don't want them to combine the titles again.
I don't either. Don't get me wrong. I don't want them to do that either, but at the same time, it's just like, what else is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, they did it with Becky.
They did do it with Becky, but I'm just saying, like, if you were building that much time into Brock and Roman, and then Roman ended up catching COVID and not showing up to the Day 1 pay-per-view, and then Brock ends up winning the WWE title, you're not just gonna leave Brock and Roman on the back burner just because Brock. Not Brock.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, is someone gonna cause Brock the win on Saturday to lead up more to another match again?
Absolutely. All right, well, let's talk about the predictions, and then we go into our fan theories.
Are you okay? Are you crying over there?
I'm slowly fucking dying. I fucking got fucking liquid on the wrong fucking pipe. I've been coughing and fucking dying over here during the whole chat.
Talking? I mean, I thought it was a little quiet.
Oh, yeah, no, I muted the mic because I don't want to sneeze and cough into the fucking mic. But yeah, no, you can see me over here going like...
Yeah, I saw you over there, and I knew something. I knew something was wrong, so I just kept going.
Yeah, no, I ran out of drink, and for some reason, the moment my body knows I have nothing to drink, all of a sudden I get these coughing fits because I don't fucking work right. Huh. Oh, jeez. Plus, I mean, I am like a half hour away from bedtime, so yeah. Oh, okay. What are you doing, Dally? Look too close to the camera.
What?
You just had a weird reflection off your skin that went into the camera because you got so close.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Let's go with Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for Universal Championship.
I want Roman.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be something sketchy is gonna happen, but Roman's gonna get the victory.
So yeah, something's gonna happen. I mean, I don't think the Usos aren't supposed to be there. I mean, they're gonna be there at Rumble, but I don't think they're supposed to be in the match, right? So, or like at ringside.
They're always ringside.
Yeah, they can show up.
Yeah, I'm going with Roman on that. I mean, like I said, it would be nice to see Seth win, but yeah, I'm going with Roman 100%.
I think Roman's gonna keep that title till Mania.
It'll probably be past Mania, honestly.
Yeah. It's been what, almost 2 years?
Well, Seth Rollins, he's a Raw guy, right? He's just on SmackDown for the title.
I think what Seth Rollins says on Twitter.
Wait, no, did he get drafted to SmackDown?
Come on SmackDown, and he threw some shade at Roman. So I don't know if he's just going to be on SmackDown and Raw, or if he's just going to be on SmackDown exclusively. I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go Roman too. Edge and Beth Phoenix are taking on Miz and Maurice.
Gotta go Beth and Edge.
I'm down the middle on that one.
Yeah, I'm going Miz and Maurice on it.
Going both ways.
I think that might lead to Mania too with them too. Edge and Miz.
Yeah. I see it going either way, honestly. Like I couldn't really pick anything on that.
Well, you got to pick, man.
I'm picking that it can go either way.
So you're saying it's going to be a DQ or a draw?
No, I mean, yeah, I can see it being a DQ, and I can see it going Miz's way. But at the same time, like I said, I can see Edge and Beth beating Miz and Maurice clean. You know, so like I said, I can see it going. I don't think it's done by any means. You know, like
so
I said,
are you voluntarily not making a prediction for this match?
I'm down the middle on it. I really couldn't.
I mean, you could 100%. You could 100%. But the thing is, if you just choose not to pick, you don't get a point if somebody wins or loses. So it's like,
all right, fine. I'll go with let's see.
I mean, well, think about it, man. Think about it as a wrestling booker. You have Elimination Chamber next month, and you have WrestleMania following that. You had Edge beat Miz at the last pay-per-view, and now it's a mixed tag match at the Royal Rumble. Who are you winning to move forward? It's got to be Miz and Maurice.
Well, like I said, I don't think this is going to be the only match we see with them. So, like, I can probably, now thinking about it now, I can probably see Miz and Maurice going over.
Right? Couldn't you see Miz giving like Beth a skull crushing finale?
Yeah, I can see something going down. So yeah, I'll go with Miz and Maurice.
There we go. See, look at that sell job. And Dale, you went with Edge and Beth?
Yep.
Maurice. All right. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, Raw Women's Championship.
Becky.
All right. Good call.
Yeah, I'm going with Becky.
Becky Lynch. Baxters. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, WWE Championship.
Brock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock too.
I'm gonna go Bobby.
It's gonna be a badass, fight. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Brock. I'm going with Brock.
If I'm still picking Brock, but I feel like if Lashley goes over, it's gonna be because someone screwed Brock over.
Well, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for Usos to interfere and costing Brock the championship.
That's what I was saying. Like, do you feel like Heyman's pulling like a ruse? Do you think like it's somehow going to be like they're going to go back to Roman and Brock, but
yes,
screws Brock over, and then Lashley gets the title, and then Brock is going to go back to SmackDown and fuck with Roman? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's just like on that. My God, I'm gonna fucking die over here. Oh my God. I'm dying, man. This is it. This is fucking it. God. I think because there was a segment on SmackDown. I think it was the week after the day one, where Roman was kind of standing up for Paul after Brock was telling him to like shut up and all that shit. So, and even fucking like Paul said, like, he loved the tribal chief and all this other goofy shit. I still think Roman has a grudge with Brock Lesnar. I think that Usos are going to interfere in that match because usually, and I don't know which kind of championship match this is, but usually DQs kind of go out the window when it comes to like championship matches sometimes. So I think there's going to be an interference. I think it's going to open Bobby Lashley to become champion again, to like maybe have another title run at least until WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Because it makes sense, man. Kill me. Just fucking kill me. God damn it. Raw Tag Team Championships, Alpha Academy versus Arcade Bro.
I'm going with Alpha.
I'm saying Alpha Academy only because I see Randy and Riddle maybe turning on each other.
Oh, no, don't say that.
I love them. I think they're hilarious and they're great, but Randy doesn't play well with others. We know this.
That's not true.
No, I'm down with that. Yeah. Yeah, I just think Alpha's going over. Regardless if Randy turns on Riddle and stuff like that or not, I just think Alpha is going to go over.
Gotcha. All right, Royal Rumbles. We go women's first because save the best for last. Take that, women.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you saying?
Oh, just being sexist a little bit. just a little bit sexist.
So you want me to go first then?
Nothing wrong with a little bit sexist. Dally, please, the men are talking. But go ahead, Dally. Give me who you think's gonna win, and then give me your dark horse.
I think the winner is gonna be the returning Bayley.
Is Bayley clear to come back by now?
I don't know. I think so. It's been a while, but that's what I'm guessing. I don't know. That's what my guess is.
Whoa, that's fine. Cool. Yeah. Dark horse.
Dark horse. Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Bianca's in the Rumble, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah, I'm going with Bianca, and as far as the dark horse, I'm also going with Alexa Bliss.
Okay. So you think Bianca is going to go back to back?
Yeah. They haven't had that for the women's yet.
Yeah. No, I actually have Bianca as my dark horse, thinking that there's a possibility for it to happen. I went with Liv Morgan to win, though.
I had her on my list,
love
but
that too,
they have that whole story thing with Alexa going on right now. So,
I mean, if Liv Morgan came out on top, I would absolutely love it. But right. I think Bianca is going to win.
The thing is, like, it's because they've only announced 21 of the 30, so they could add more. Liv Morgan does seem like a long shot, but it seems like they're still trying to keep her as relevant as possible. So I would love to see her win. I think she's incredible. I like her as a competitor. But again, like I said, they haven't done a back-to-back women's winner yet, and Bianca is probably one of the stronger people in the match. So,
right.
Yeah, that's why you didn't go with Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm surprised Charlotte. No, because Charlotte's already champion. I'm surprised she's even in the match.
I know. That's why I'm surprised you didn't pick her.
Well, how would a champion win a Rumble match? Like, who's she going to face, herself?
Well, she just throws people out, and then she wins. That's how Rumble works.
Okay, but the Rumble victory...
Yeah, well, but she said that if she won, she gets to pick her own opponent.
I'm not going with Charlotte. I refuse.
No, we saw what happened with everyone else. We saw Roman try doing that. We saw fucking Brock try doing that. No, it doesn't work out.
No.
All right. Men's Royal Rumble. I'm gonna go first because you guys are fucking pushy. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna go AJ Styles to win. I really want him to fucking win a Royal Rumble. Dark horse, Randy Orton.
Okay.
Yeah, no other reason. I just really like AJ Styles. Phenomenal competitor. Hey, Kage, we got Daly. Men are talking. We got Kage.
So I'm gonna go with Big E winning.
Okay.
And as far as the dark horse, and I have a strange feeling that this actually might happen. Austin Theory.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but I have a very, very strange feeling that it's going to be Austin Theory. So I'm going to go with him as the dark horse.
Isn't he a really big Vince guy?
Yeah. So it's like, I think Big E's going to win, but I have a strange feeling that Austin Theory is going to win.
Gotcha. All right, what about you, Dally?
I picked Kevin Owens because I still think he's going to be involved in that storyline somehow with Roman, Seth, and Lashley, whatever. Mm-hmm. I just think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Dark horse, I'll go Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, yeah. There we go. What about as far as surprise entrances? I mean, we know Mickie James is coming back, current Impact Knockouts champion. The Bellas and Lita are coming back. Johnny Knoxville for some godforsaken reasons in it. Other returns.
Stupid stunt.
Yeah, other returns. Who you think's going to be there?
I'm telling you, man. I think it's gonna be the kid X-Pac. I think he's gonna be in it.
Is he coming back as X-Pac or 123 Kid? Which would you prefer?
He's gonna come back as X-Pac.
He's got to be 123 Kid.
If he comes out at 123 Kid, I'm gonna mark. But
how great would that be? I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of the idea of him coming back. But if he was to come back, I'd rather see 123 Kid hit the ring than fucking X-Pac.
You're gonna get X-Pac because honestly, like he's more identifiable. He's more known as X-Pac than he is 123 Kid. Obviously, like anybody that's watched wrestling for like a long time, like, oh hey, X-Pac's 123 Kid and stuff like that. But anybody that goes like, okay, Sean Waltman, they're gonna automatically say X-Pac.
Yeah. What about you, Dally? Anyway, anybody you think's gonna show up?
I don't know. I'm trying to even think, is there anybody that's out right now that could return?
Taker.
Well, Bray Wyatt.
Taker.
Undertaker's he's gonna be at the show. Undertaker's gonna be there, yeah.
Bulls in the women's, but I mean, it'd be dope if like you hear the and then the lights go out and bong like.
Okay, so I'm wearing my Undertaker shirt. It's decided.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about
I mean, it's not really like I mean, it is a possibility, but it's not like.
Yeah. No, I know, but I got a really cool Undertaker shirt and I just want to wear it.
Maybe the Undertaker is going to interfere in the Lashley Lesnar match. He's going to cost Lesnar the match after him breaking the streak of WrestleMania.
You know what? Fuck it, Steve Austin.
Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, isn't well? I just thought Randy's hometown St. Louis too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho, I think, would be a good surprise entrant. Bray Wyatt, no one's heard from him. I mean, he could easily come back to.
Hey, they released Bray Wyatt. They didn't release the Fiend.
That's true. The Fiend could show up.
Just my opinion. I call it. That's the thing. I could see Jericho coming in. I can see that. But here's my other theory.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh God, I don't know about that.
Cody Rhodes.
That'd be a good one. That would be a good one. What about a Brian? What's up?
What about Aleister Black?
Nah, I don't think so.
Zelina Vega's still in it. She's still with WWE.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, but that's almost like that's basically saying too. The Undertaker's actually going to be in the Rumble because Michelle McCool's in the women's Rumble. I mean, that doesn't.
Braun Strowman, he could be in it.
I can also see John Cena.
Kane.
Big Show.
You think Kane's gonna leave Knoxville County to head over to fucking St. Louis?
He went over to frickin' Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's different though. That's Saudi Arabia. It's not Missouri.
What's wrong with Missouri?
It's Missouri.
I lived in Missouri.
I know.
What's wrong with Illinois?
It's fucking touching Missouri.
Missouri's all right.
One of the worst towns, the most crime-ridden town in Illinois is named after a city in Missouri called East St. Louis.
And I live nowhere near there.
Yeah, but because of you guys, now we have a shitty-ass fucking city named after a shitty-ass fucking city in your state.
St. Louis, all right? It's not St. Louis.
Same thing, though.
No, it ain't.
I used to work at a Sicko East Chicago in Indiana. Just because it was called East Chicago, you knew it was shitty.
That's fair.
Plus, you guys got fucking Cardinals, for God's sakes.
I'm not a Cardinals fan. I'm a White Sox fan.
You're not a White Sox fan. You're like a Cubs fan.
No, I'm a White Sox fan.
You're a total Cubs fan. I see you, and you just ooze North Sider, man.
Absolutely.
Well, off the topic of wrestling, baseball related, do you think the Sox could win the World Series this year?
Be nice. I think they can do it.
Right? They just need to get an outfielder, which I wouldn't mind seeing them pick up Michael Conforto. I don't know what they're going to do as far as pitching because I don't think they're going to take Rodon. I don't think they're going to be the money for it. They should have never gave him up. Should have offered him arbitration.
They got rid of Rodon.
They did, but they didn't offer him arbitration either. That's what sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if Dylan Cease has like good spring training, I think he'll be just fine. And Michael Kopech too. I think if they put him in the rotation, I think he'll be just fine too.
Yeah. They also shouldn't have picked up Kimbrel. They should have just let him go. There's no way they're gonna trade him away.
Oh, you know what? I don't even know why they even got him in the first place. He sucked on the coast. He sucked on the side. So it's like,
yeah. And now we got rid of Matagrill. Now we don't got a fucking second baseman. Oh God, White Sox. Oh, the sadness. Anyways, anything wrestling related I'm missing, Dally? No, anything else we got to talk about?
Not that I can think of.
Nothing you can think of. Cool. Adam, we appreciate you being a guest host here on Just Freakin' Wrestling. Why don't you tell everyone about your social media, where they can find you, maybe a clothing line of some Adam Kage merch?
you can find me on Facebook, Adam Kage, Kage with a K. You can buy my t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com. Just put in Adam Kage in the search bar, and then you will see my pretty little face up on there. That's pretty much it. And make sure you order the pay-per-view for Southland Championship Wrestling if you are not watching the Royal Rumble, which airs this Saturday live on infinitypoint.org/SCW PPV.
I wish we could go back and watch it. Like, order it, go to the Rumble, go back and watch it.
Yeah, fair.
But like you watch it and then it just disappears. You can't really watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
What is what's called live, Dally?
Well, WWE has live, and you go back and watch it on the network.
WWE is a multi-billion-dollar company.
FW Network, which would be dope. Oh, and subscribe to the Southland Championship Wrestling YouTube page, please.
100%. That's where High Voltage can be watched as it's released bi-monthly. Hopefully, maybe one day to become monthly. I would really like to see us get to that point.
I'd be down.
Right. Well, for those of you who actually have an interest in pro wrestling and have no idea how to get into it, whether you want to be a manager, a wrestler, or a referee, reach out to Southland Championship Wrestling, message them on Facebook, let them know, and be part of the Southland Championship School. Because then even you could work for me at High Voltage.
Yeah, sounds great.
Right.
I like the little pause after you said that.
I was waiting for Dally to say something stupid, and she achieved it. All right, make sure you guys follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast. And, of course, you can listen to our show when they are released on all podcast platforms, such as iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, or just ask your Alexa app to play Just Freakin' Wrestling. You got an Alexa over there? Is that why you looked off to the side to see if it picked it up?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, no, I was just looking at the time.
Oh, see how many more beers you got?
I think I got I got 2 left.
How long do you think the show is going to be, man?
I'm always prepared.
Good call. Good call. Way to be a good Boy Scout, kid. All right. Well, that's all I got, guys. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Dally.
And I'm Adam Kage.
Thank you for listening to our episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.